Well, good evening to you and welcome to the National Stadium in Tokyo. We are here for the J.League World Challenge between the champions of Japan, Vissel Kobe, and Tottenham Hotspur of the Premier League in England. It is a high-profile game for both these sides. Tottenham making the journey to Japan as they really kick in with their preparations for their new Premier League season in England, which starts in 3 weeks' time. And for Vissel Kobe, they're in the middle of trying to regain and retain the J-League trophy that they won in such dramatic fashion last season. What they do have today is two very strong lineups as well on show, as Ange Postecoglou, the manager of Tottenham, returns to Japan and returns to face a side he knows so well, following his successes with Yokohama F. Marinos. It is a very warm evening in Tokyo. Tottenham, who have been in Japan for a few days now, they've been out and about in the capital, meeting supporters and doing lots of good work. Now, though, for them, this is what they're here for. It's time to get down to business and to take on the challenge of the Japanese champions. The Japanese champions who were adrift at the top of the J-League have managed to claw some of the damage back, although it is worth pointing out that they have drawn their last couple of games. It does leave them adrift of Machida Zelvia, the surprise leaders in Japan. But there's a lot of football left to play. Let's take a check on the two teams, and Takayuki Yoshida has named a very strong side. Good to see Ryoho Kikuchi at the heart of the Vissel Kobe defence after his lengthy injury problems, so ruled out for nearly a year. Yuya Asako is the current player of the year in Japan, and of course he's partnered by Yoshinori Muto, who spent time in England with Newcastle United. Takehiro Ogihara was a player for Ange Postecoglou in his time at Yokohama F. Marinos. Well, Tottenham Hotspur arrived with a number of players injured, another number of players that are still away. But Ange Postecoglou is able to name a very strong Tottenham lineup today. One of their new acquisitions in the starting lineup in Archie Gray. We'll have a look at them in a moment, but first this is Futoshi Nakamura, the man in charge of the game tonight, assisted by Osamu Akasaki, Yohei Suno and Atsushi Kamimura. Normally, of course, if they were in the J-League, they would have assistance from the VAR booth, but no VAR tonight. This is the Tottenham Hotspur side. Archie Gray, the new signing, plays at the heart of the defence. We're expecting Emerson Royale to play alongside him there. Ben Davies plays his first game of pre-season. And of course, Heung-min Son will lead the line for them. And as we say, what is a very positive starting 11 for Tottenham, with Kulusevski, Maddison and Brennan Johnson providing the supply line to the South Korean captain. Already played a couple of games, Tottenham, in pre-season. They've been in good goal-scoring form. Now they will face the test of Vissel Kobe. These are the sort of challenges that the players relish, and whilst it is essentially a friendly game, it is of course the World Challenge. It is for a trophy. We will have a penalty shootout if it's all square after 90 minutes. Well, Tottenham want to be ready for their opening game of the Premier League season in 3 weeks' time, and of course Vissel Kobe want to get back to winning ways and prepare themselves for the run-in to the end of the J-League season, as we take a couple of weeks off now for these high-profile games. The J-League World Challenge is underway in the National Stadium in Tokyo. Vissel Kobe, the champions of Japan, taking on Tottenham Hotspur of the English Premier League, one of the great names of English football. A team that has gone so close to silverware in recent seasons. I suppose, even though this is the second summer that they've been getting used to it, but it is still life without Harry Kane for them. It was a good piece of strength and a turn by Maddison. He was crashed into. A firm old challenge on him. Just looking at the way that Vissel Kobe are set up at the moment. Normally we see them in a 4-3-3. Do have a number of players that would have wanted to be involved tonight, the likes of Koya Yoruki and Miyashiro as well, Tase Miyashiro, the signing at the start of the season. Just set up in more of an orthodox 4-4-2 right now, with Muto and Osako very central. It is Yuri Osako looking to release Muto. Muto playing from the left-hand side. We're so used to him playing as the right-sided forward, but Nana Seino is playing on the right-hand side tonight, where, of course, he does favour operating. Muto is, as always, very versatile and has always had that strength within his game. Daya Makawa out towards Yuya Kawasaki at right full-back. It's a lovely ball for Ino. Cross is deep, and Muto! Well, the goalkeeper, Vicario, just had to make sure as he hit the volley down into the ground. Lovely approach play. And Nanasino is very sharp on that right flank. It was a lovely ball as well, and Muto will be a little disappointed he didn't make better contact there. Tottenham playing with 5, trying to play it from the back. That's towards Osako. And Ben Davies will go back towards his goalkeeper here. Emerson Royale, so used to seeing him play right back. Of course, he did play at the heart of the Tottenham defence on a number of occasions last season when they had so many injury problems there. Still, of course, plenty of players to come back. Still waiting for a number of their centre-backs to return in pre-season. These players start to slowly filter back after respective international tournaments. Here's Archie Gray, the new signing from Leeds United, this outstanding youngster. Nicely done by Bissouma. Emerson Royale. Maddison's pulling into a wide area, opens up a gap for Gray to move into. Here's Maddison. Maddison, who had to deal with the disappointment of being left out of England's Euro 24 squad, one of the last players to be left out by Gareth Southgate. He's gone away, recharged his batteries, and says he's relishing the challenge before him at the start of the new season. Did get off to such a good start in a Tottenham shirt. It's Hatsuse to Mateus Tuller. Back to Daya Makawa, the regular goalkeeper for Vissel Kobe. Generally say that this is 6 or 7 of their normal starting lineup that we would see in a J-League game. Muto does well to win the ball. Osako, lovely weight on the ball. Here's Ino. The support is arriving. Muto, Osako, and it's going to come to Nanase. Ino had a touch which allowed Davies to get closer to him, and the ball in the end was by Kawasaki Just had too much on it. Lovely build-up again from Vissel Kobe. Just there, you probably felt that he had to hit it first time. Elected to take a touch, which really did take the opportunity away. Good start to the game, though. You would expect Vissel Kobe to be perhaps a little sharper, a little fitter at this stage. They are 24 games into their J-League season. That's nicely done. And Johnson. The challenge is a very good one by Ryo Hatsuse. And Tottenham have a corner. There's another who hit the ground running pretty well, didn't he, Brennan Johnson, when he first signed for Tottenham from Nottingham Forest, but he was held up there by the excellent Ryo Hatsuse, a player who's been linked with many European clubs in the last 12 months. Well, there's plenty to aim for in the middle here for James Maddison. He's gone back towards the edge of the penalty area. He's trying to work a different variation, a different angle. Emerson Royal, and back to Guglielmo Vicario. Again, came through his first season in English football so well. Now he's got to come up very quickly off his line there. Very nearly fell for Yoshinori Muto. And the flag went up anyway. And there is the man who won so much respect and won so many friends during his time in Japan. Outstanding achievements and the way that his Yokohama F. Marinos side played. Left at the end of 2021 to head to Celtic, where of course he went on to further success before taking the job in England. Great. Emerson Royal, the touch was by Maddison, well read by Mateus Tuller. Asako. Again, the outlet is Nanaseino on this near side. Oh, it's going to come to Osako, who scores! It's an absolute gift for a player of his quality, and he makes absolutely no mistake. Lack of communication at the heart of the Tottenham defence, and Yuya Osako, who scored more goals last season than he's ever done in his career, on hand to open the scoring. He's Japan's Player of the Year. Ino's cross, and they got themselves into a little bit of a mess, and Osako simply not going to miss that. The Vicario left with no chance whatsoever. Papsar having one of those moments that players hate to have. And Vissel Kobe rewarded for a very vibrant and energetic start to the game. Tuller is trying to wait for his goalkeeper there, and it was just dying on the surface. It meant that he had to take charge of the situation. Did really well in the end. Good opening 10 minutes to this game. There is Ryo Hokukuchi. Missed so much football. Returned a couple of months ago, but he's been mainly used from the bench. He scored in the 3-3 draw with Nagoya Grampus. Thought he scored the winner actually in stoppage time last week, only for Sho Inagaki to score a 100th minute penalty to deny Vissel Kobe the 3 points. He'd already scored an incredible volley in the game as well. And it meant that Vissel Kobe were denied victory for the second week running. The week before they were held surprisingly by the J-League's bottom club, Consadole Sapporo. Davies. This is Bissouma. Musson Royal will join in. So nice ball for Son. Here's Kulusevski. Son again. Nicely done, Madison, and it was Kulusevski who went with the audacious effort. And the defender did well to get in the way. Kulusevski passes the lace and rejoins the action. James Madison with the Tottenham corner. First from this side, the second they've had in the game so far. It's very, very deep and headed back across goal by Ben Davies. Comfortable though for Mikawa. Richarlison is one who isn't involved at the moment for Tottenham. He is carrying an injury. A couple of players with them in Japan who aren't being included in the action. That's another switch for Nanaseino. This time he elects not to put the afterburners on. Now he does go, and he runs in behind. The flag has stayed down for the time being. Oh, it's really nicely done. Yosuke Hiraguchi joining from midfield. They'll be delighted with the way that his side has started the game. It's a side that has had Andres Iniesta and Juan Mata in their ranks in the last couple of seasons. Of course, it was Iniesta departing last season that actually upset their league form for a while. Managed to claw it back though to edge out the Yokohama F. Marinos for the title. Went back and forth as well towards the end of the season, but Vissel Kobe were not to be denied. Ryo Hatsuse with the corner. It's a good header away. Son will lead the charge downfield. He made great ground, but Matheus Tuller wasn't allowing him to leave his sight. Bissouma, Emerson Royal. Always interesting to watch sides when they're set up like I said. At the moment, Son is out on the left-hand side. Kulusevski is through the middle, and Johnson is away on the right with Pedro Porro very narrow in midfield. Osako, lovely touch. Challenge on him was by Ben Davies. Ryo Kawasaki. Back to Kikuchi. Now the Brazilian Tuller. Cowering, looking for Nanaseino, just letting that one drift a little. Well, two Tottenham greats who have been here, Ledley King and Ossie Ardiles, not here working as ambassadors. Tottenham's travelling party. It's Emerson Royal. Great, who, as Postecoglou has said, that they're still going to work out what his best position is. But the moment he's playing centre-back. That's a lovely little ball. Pedro Porro, lovely shift. Super goal. Really, really super goal. Just shifting the ball and getting it out from underneath his feet. And Pedro Porro levels things up for Tottenham Hotspur with their first real attempt of the game. Really cool and composed. It's a lovely move by Tottenham to work their way through the Japanese champions, and that little shift there, lovely skill by Pedro Porro, and a super finish to level the game up. No chance at all for Makawa, who was wrong-footed by the effort. And a very good start to the game brings the second goal. Could be interesting, this doesn't continues in this vein. Vicario was very, very cool there. It's given away by Emerson Royal. Muto. The throw won't go Muto's way. Pedro Porro doing enough back in his defensive position. Nice touch by Bissouma. Sarr gives it back to Yves Bissouma, scorer of a super goal. Friendly at Queen's Park Rangers last week. It's a ball for Kulusevski. Just went near post. Couldn't squeeze it between goalkeeper and post. Just let it drift off wide. Did have support. One thing on his mind. As Postecoglou encouraged it. This is a Tottenham corner. Maddison challenged well by Ogihara. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. A lot of Son, and very well held off by Yoshinori Muto. Tottenham have had the lion's share of the ball. Vissel Kobe have had more attempts. Very good at playing on the counter-attack. They probably expect Tottenham to have more of the ball in this game. It's a foul on Muto. Well, they wanted to take it quickly, they wanted to get the game moving, but a little too quickly for the referee's liking. Wants the ball back in the right place. Again, they were looking to utilise the pace of Ino on this near side. Not always first pick for Vissel Kobe, a player who broke through really at the end of last season with a bang. Important goals and contributions from the bench. Plenty of time for Pedro Porro. Archie Gray. He comes from a famous Leeds footballing family, but the law of the Premier League and Tottenham too much to turn down, and left his hometown club. It's a lovely ball. Kulusevski, who's been really lively at the centre-forward position. The flag's up for offside against Johnson. Kulusevski leading that line for Tottenham. Did play there on the final day of the season in the Premier League, scoring a couple of goals. He in Sheffield United. He's enjoying himself at the start of this game tonight. Johnson just on the wrong end of a tight decision there. tried to stay on his feet there, did Bissouma. Ended up getting a ball on the head as well as the ball was returned for the free kick. Still a little too much arm from Kawasaki. Pedro Porro. Again, it's Archie Gray. Emerson Royale taking a chance, but comfortably dealing with the situation. Madison coming deep, wants the ball. Tottenham looking to play through Vissel once again.
Ready.
That's Gray, that's Kulusevski. Madison, the ball just didn't quite fall for him, just got caught beneath his feet. Slowed down the momentum of the Tottenham attack, but that's Madison again, and here's Son. And he will try and bend one in. It's a good save by Makawa. Kikuchi away. Nino was fouled by Davis. As we head towards the midway point of the first half, the referee more than aware of the hot weather in Tokyo. It's still around the mid-30s, the temperature this evening, as you see the man who makes everything happen at Tottenham. The man who pulls all the strings and does all the business. Yuya Osako, who put Vissel Kobe in front. And Papsar won't want to see this again. Osako being given the goal on a plate, really. Tottenham levelling things up with a really nice, well-taken goal by Pedro Porro at the other end. It's been a lively game so far. A really good one for the supporters. Of course, we are still quite some way down from where Vissel Kobe normally play their football. This game being played in the National Stadium in Tokyo. Vissel Kobe is the champions. The team invited to play in the World Challenge. And giving a good account of themselves so far against the English Premier League side, who quickly level things up after going behind. Well, replenishment and hydration on board for the players. To say, it's been 38 degrees in Tokyo today. It's down about 34, 35 at the moment as we head into the evening. There's an excessive heat warning handed out by the local government authority a little earlier today. The temperature in the evening will not drop below 30. It's oppressive heat. Humidity as well. That's a ball that's looking for Muto from Osako. Ino again. Again, it was a miscued clearance from Sa. It goes over the top of his own bar. It will be a corner. And again, Nanase Ino enjoying himself on that right flank. Of course, just a little too high for Muto. Kikuchi and Matheus Tuller are strong figures in the opposition penalty area. Ryo Hatsuse, as always, over the set piece. Oh, with such a good left foot. Can he find the quality now to create a second goal for the Japanese champions? It's a good header away. It's by Archie Gray. It needed to be as well. Very much of the school of if you're good enough, you're old enough. Made his debut for Leeds at the age of 16, did Archie Gray. Hatsuse with the long throw. It's towards Matheus Tuller. Falls kindly for Son, who's able to clear. Now the break is on for Dejan Kulusevski, and he's caught. And the referee will immediately show a yellow card. We'll be hoping that Kulusevski is okay here, because he was at full speed there, trying to touch the ball away from Kikuchi. Well, it's a crunching challenge. I think that was one of the more obvious yellow cards you'll see in football. Gray again. Must be a whole new experience for Archie Gray, having joined Leeds United at the age of 9. Worked his way all the way through the club. But he supported to advance into the first team. I'm not even sure that they've been able to keep hold of him, even if they had been promoted at the end of last season. Already part of the England under-21 setup at the age of 18. The Championship Young Player of the Season. Offside against Nonasino. Another tight one, right in front of the assistant. Emerson Royal. Oh, it's given away. Osako, well, you could see what he wanted to do. He saw Vicario was scrambling to get back on his line. He wanted to lift it over the goalkeeper and find the back of the net, but he didn't get hold of the effort. A rueful smile. Gray again. Touch was a bit heavy for Pedro Porro, but it turned into a good touch. He's able to find Papsar. Kulusevski goes for the return, but recovery is good from Takehiro Ogihara. Went out of his way to find Ange Postecoglou in the team hotel yesterday. Exchanged a warm embrace with his former manager and had a good chat about how they both were and how life's going for them. The champion at Yokohama F. Marinos and now a champion at Vissel Kobe. Such an important part. Here's Kulusevski. Looking to thread it for Ben Davis. It was a good challenge by Kikuchi. Son. Well, in the end, he was never really set for the shot. Ends up flying a long way over. There's seen plenty of fireworks down there on the field so far, as well as those Son's enjoying as well as he looks over the top of the stand. They have been so warmly received in Tokyo, have Tottenham. Huge numbers of supporters greeting them everywhere they've been. Played half an hour of this World Challenge. Not entirely sure of the legality of that Pedro Porro throw. On by Madison. Touch was a little heavy from Ben Davies. Osako beautifully opening the game up to Yoshinori Muto. Again, it's looking for Ino. Not quite able to react in time. As difficult a ball to take as there could be, it must be said. Has he got maybe one eye on Ben Davies cutting this out? The ball always just running away from him. Son didn't have anywhere to go. Son just getting a message across to Tottenham's newest acquisition, Madison. Here's Papsar. It's nice one-touch football from Tottenham. Just running out of room down by that corner flag, but done well to keep the ball in play. Again, there's too many Vissel Kobe shirts in the way. And the ball ends up back with Daya Makawa. Kawasaki a little unfortunate. He was just caught out by a bad bounce there. Deputising, of course, for Gotoku Sakai, who is still out with the injury he sustained a few weeks ago. And no sign of him being back in the immediate future, which is always a blow for Vissel Kobe. He's such an important player for them. That's a ball looking for Kulusevski again. Really good defending from Matthias Tuller. Tottenham very much on top in the game, though, at the moment. Starting to dictate and starting to dominate. Son's cross. Nicely cut out again. But they are turning the screw now, the English side. Really good defending from the Brazilian there. And Madison will take the corner. Can Tottenham unlock the door? Again, they go deep. And the opportunity is for Kulusevski. He was charged down well by Yoshinori Muto. And goes on as well. Bissouma. Again, Madison happy to come deep. Madison central to everything Tottenham are doing right now. Pedro Porro. Nicely done, and the man arriving is Johnson. And it was a super challenge by Hatsuse. Lovely ball for Son. And Brennan Johnson must have thought it was just going to be a tap-in for him. Ryo Hatsuse had something to say about that. Super piece of defensive work from the highly rated young fullback. Again, Tottenham go deep. Emerson Royal. Back towards Kulishevsky. Takes the ball in well, but it's a good challenge on him by Yoshinori Muto. That's a great feat from Gray. Can't quite thread it for Son. Wins it back. Son with a little bit of time, a little bit of space. And Bissouma, well, he's not scored competitively for Tottenham yet. Scored last week, so maybe a bit too much to ask to score again there. And Gray lost it, Gray won it. Goal scoring has never really been his thing. And again, just another example of why Tottenham have gone out and recruited Archie Gray. They've bought a few from Leeds down the years of Tottenham. And took Paul Robinson, the England goalkeeper. Aaron Lennon, of course, is a very young player as well. Muto penalised. Tottenham have given it away. Osako. Ino looks up early. Vicario is coming. And in the end, it was Kakeru Yamauchi who was the most advanced player for Vissel Kobe. He couldn't control the volley with Vicario in no man's land at all. Difficult chance. Madison's ball. Son. Again, Madison coming deep. Son Heung-min again. Kulishevsky. Matthias Tuller picking his pocket. The switch was looking for Son, just had a bit too much fizz on it. Tottenham have just stepped into the ascendancy now. They've always had more possession in the game, but started to dictate and to dominate, creating chances. And would have been in front, but for this man's brilliant challenge, Ryo Hatsuse. He's 27 now. He's the man who joined Vissel Kobe from Gamba Osaka 5 years ago now. Really made that left-back spot his own. Had to battle for it with Yuki Honda for a long period. It's really well done by Pedro Porro, read that and saw the opportunity to move downfield with it. And goalkeeper comfortably able to gather via the deflection. Hatsuse. Back with Bekawa. Kikuchi again. Bit too heavy for Osako. We'll talk about Kikuchi returning from that torn knee ligament. Of course, they are still without Mitsuki Saito. He arrived on loan last season from Shonan Bellmare. He was injured almost straight away, horrific injury. And I'm hoping that he will return sometime in the next couple of months. But it has been a lengthy recovery for him. A year out of the game. Gotoku Sakai, they're not expecting back till maybe mid-September. Madison is a little too quick for the referee's liking. And Madison again, and Pedro Porro has already got one. His shot is brilliantly charged down. Brilliant from Ideguchi to get there and get in the way of a ferocious strike. Bissouma. Perhaps Sai might get the break of the ball here. He got the break of the ball, but he did so illegally. Just a little pull. No problem. Mateus Tuller, well, look towards the bench as if to say that that might be him done for the day. It's certainly worth keeping an eye on that, whether or not they'll get him through to half-time. You have, of course, his regular partner Tetsushi Yamakawa on the bench. Hatsuse. It's for Muto, but again he couldn't quite deal with the ball, and Vicario able to clear. It is just that, though, it's just a clearance. And again, Mateus Tuller is just labouring somewhat, and wants to change his boots. Running repairs for the big defender. Just taking in a longer stud. Certainly brighter, aren't they, the new pair? Can't miss those. Hatsuse with the switch for Ino, just a little too much on it. Madison approaching the last minute of the first 45. What's been a really lively game so far. Lovely turn again. Bissouma. A little wasteful in possession. Comfortable cutout. Kawasaki. Another challenge there that the referee didn't like. Pedro Porro, just a fraction late in losing the ball. Did well there though, didn't he? It's a lovely piece of skill. Player who grew and grew as the season went on for Tottenham last season. Took his time to settle in England when he first arrived, but really good season last time out for him. Son somehow managed to squeeze that all the way back towards his goalkeeper. 1 minute of time being added on at the end of the first half. great for Madison. Emerson Royal. Again, it's nicely done by Tottenham as they keep the ball. Emerson Royal, the last moments of the first half. The referee's had a look at the watch. It's great. Will break for Bissouma, and here's Son. 3 in the middle. Madison joining now to make it 4, but Son can't deliver the ball. And it's fired away downfield, and it means that we will go in all square. Well, Tottenham have clawed their way back into it after going behind. Son doing all he could to try and get them in front. That was a really good piece of defending from Kawasaki. Yuya Osako putting the hosts in front with a fine finish after being gifted the ball on a plate, but Tottenham's equalizer from Pedro Porro was of the highest quality itself. Really super finish by the little Spaniard, and twisted and turned inside the penalty area and ramming the ball home beyond Daya Makawa. We could have had chances on goals further than that as the half went on, but at half-time in the National Stadium in Tokyo, it is all square in this J-League World Challenge. It's Vissel Kobe 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
ビッセル神戸からのお知らせです。ビッセル神戸の SNS をフォローして、ここでしか見られないコンテンツを楽しもう。公式 YouTube チャンネルでは、試合の裏側やトレーニング動画など、ファン必見のコンテンツが盛りだくさん。公式 TikTok では、選手のスーパープレーやインタビュー動画など、楽しいコンテンツが満載です。詳しくは、ビッセル神戸オフィシャル SNS をチェック。
ふるさとチョイスのアンバサダーを務めさせていただきます、池田彩沙です。町全体でいろんな取り組みをふるさと納税でいただいたお金でどんどん可能性として広げていくっていう、すごく素敵な循環のお話を聞かせていただくたびに、ふるさとチョイスがすごく温かいところだなって素直に思いました。本日は気温が大変に高くなっております。熱中症対策としてこまめに水分補給をするなど、体調管理には十分にお気をつけください。それではここで前半戦のダイジェストをご覧ください。
só esperar ele chegar perto de mim, quando ele chegar, você vê um toque excessivo. Tem que ter alguém de frente com você.
Ahora no estaba de tipo, tú tienes esa bola. Yo estoy aquí pertinho más dentro. Sí, porque te estás ahí o avanzado. Más pronto, si no se avanza.
Well, welcome back to the National Stadium in Tokyo. The second half about to get underway in this J-League World Challenge. Tottenham are bringing on Lucas Bergvall for the second half, the outstanding young Swedish player. They will be hoping to make an impact and continue what turned into a really solid Tottenham performance. They really did get on top and caused all sorts of problems, and now the 18-year-old from Stockholm joining in, signed from Djurgården after coming through the ranks at Brommapojkarma, just north of Stockholm in his home country of Sweden. It's been such a breeding ground for fine players that little club has. And now on, as he tries to make a real impact from joining Tottenham Hotspur. He was linked with many clubs across Europe. Tottenham taking another outstanding young talent, just as they did with the man next to him with his arm round him, Archie Gray, who's been fantastic for Tottenham in this game. There's a lot more changes for Vissel Kobe. Takayuki Yoshida, of course, in the middle of their season, trying to keep his players fresh and ready to return to the J-League as they fight to retain their title. And they have completely freshened things up with, as you can see, all the players coming on there. Yuki Honda, Takuya Iwanami, Paolo Obi in goal, who has his opportunity tonight. He's played a lot of the cup games. Tottenham, of course, have changed their goalkeeper and brought on Lucas Bergvall as well. That is Yuki Honda, has come on at left back. There's Tetsushi Yamakawa now on the ball. He's coming from Mateus to Daiju Sasaki for Yuya Asako, Jean-Patrick for Nanase Ino, who was outstanding in that first half. Caused all sorts of problems. They come Tottenham again. It's a ball inside Yuki Honda, who does well to recover and get the ball away. Again with the clearance. This is Emerson Royale. There's a thumping challenge from Kulusevski on the new arrival. Just fell into it more than anything, didn't it? He's caused all sorts of problems playing in that central role. There's Dejan Kulusevski, given that opportunity of the final day of last season, and it might be an option that they look to more as we go further into this season. It's a little flick for Sasaki. Jean-Patrick, the flag is up against him. Sasaki, who is leading the line out there now, isn't the most orthodox centre forward. He generally would like to play as a more attacking midfielder rather than an out-and-out centre forward, but very dangerous. And this is dangerous as well. Across the face of goal it goes, and it's a super finish by Son. Tottenham breaking through so quickly. Real quality about it. And an outstanding finish from their captain. Johnson with the break, Son with the finish. And Tottenham catching this new back four out cold. It's a super ball inside Honda, who just couldn't recover. And Johnson putting the opportunity and making it as simple as it could be, really, for Son. A clever finish from him. No chance at all for Obi in the goal. Well, Tottenham in front, and you have to say, as the first half went on, that's been coming. He has been much in demand since Tottenham arrived in Tokyo. He's just given the fans what they wanted to see. Real quality about that Tottenham goal. Jamie Donnelly, who's come on for Tottenham. Already seen Brandon Austin on in goal. There's Emerson Royale. Emerson Royale. Sarr. Johnson. Emerson Royale just had to be a little careful there. It's nicely done again. Well broken up, Jean-Patrick trying to step away. And the challenge was a good one by Oliver Skipp. Again, playing in that unfamiliar left-sided defensive role that he filled in on a number of occasions last season when Tottenham had lots of injury problems. There's a problem here for Pedro Porro, who's just got a bang. Saw one, should be okay. Of course, in pre-season for these teams, there are generally no risks taken, and if anyone does have a problem that might need assessing, they tend to come straight off. Serge Postecoglou just looking a little concerned as Pedro Porro wants to get back into the action. Did well there, Yamakawa. He was crunched into by Bergvall. Honda. It's helped him towards Jean-Patrick, but he won't be able to keep the ball in play. Given away a little carelessly by Skipp. This is Hatsuse. Jean-Patrick arriving. A little nod down, was looking for Sasaki. The defender read it well. Bergvall didn't quite have the legs on it for Dejan Kulusevski. He was determined to win the ball back. It was a really good piece of battling from Yamauchi. And then a little bit of help from Iwanami. It's a nice switch again. Suse's cross is very, very deep. Nicely dealt with and covered well. That's what they've done really nicely there, Tottenham. Jamie Donnelly it was who kept his composure. Now Bergvall. He has support. One of whom is Johnson here. Bergvall's little turn. And twist the other way. Son. Here's Gray. Now Donnelly. Bergvall. Looking after the ball really well, the 18-year-old. There's another 18-year-old in Gray. Johnson couldn't quite thread it through the eye of the needle to release Kulusevski. Sasaki on the counter-attack. Wins the throw from Oliver Skip. Suwanami moving the ball on. Now Jean-Patrick. Across the face of goal. Sasaki can't quite get there. It's going to come to Hatsuse. And the man arriving at pace. Denied by the goalkeeper with a really good piece of work from Austin. He very nearly found a way through for a moment. And Brandon Austin was strong. This is Bergvall. Now Gray. A more advanced role for him in this second half, playing up in midfield. Skip happy to fill in at centre-back. We, of course, normally expect to see him as a central midfielder, although he's so versatile. Emerson Royal. Risky and given away. It's a lovely little ball for Sasaki. Jean-Patrick. And Sasaki, well, he had to stab at it. The ball was a little underneath him, a little behind him. Just watch there. Had to reach around for it. Just made it that little bit more difficult. Emerson Royal. And the supporters inside the National Stadium would love this game to open up again, and Vissel Kobe to be the threat that they were early on in the game. And they were opening Tottenham up, but seemingly at will. Now they're in trouble at the other end, and it's a good challenge from Iwanami. Really well won back. It's exactly what Postecoglou will want to see from his players. Kulusevski. Nicely done to find Emerson Royal. Pedro Porro. Skip. Happy to slow the game down and play at their pace here, Tottenham. Certainly last season under Postecoglou, to start the season, they play with a real intensity, a real quality as well. They were leading the way very early on in the season. Just lost the way a little towards the end of the campaign. There's so many teams fighting for the top four. That's a lovely turn by Sasaki. Now Hatsuse, support in the middle. It was Yamauchi who was trying to get there. It was away by Skip. Sasaki, Hatsuse. Three weight in the middle. And a deflection on the cross makes it comfortable for the goalkeeper. Bergvall's just got a little bang that has him down on his haunches for a moment. Tottenham will make another change in a moment. Manos Solomon is going to be joining us, along with the outstanding talent that is Mikey Moore. Turns 17 in a couple of weeks' time. Has already been catching the eye again in pre-season. It's away by Iwanami. And Tottenham can make those changes. And Son, having just scored, will be saying his goodbyes. Tottenham's captain comes off, to a lovely reaction from the supporters here in Tokyo. Skip will take over as skipper. And there's the reaction for him, and there's perhaps the brightest young thing at Tottenham when they have plenty of them. Mikey Moore is suggested could be a generational talent. A goal and an assist in pre-season already. Goal at Hearts in their opening game, assist last week. 16 years old for another couple of weeks. The fearlessness about the way he plays, the youthful exuberance, full of quality as well. Emerson Royal. Referee waves away the appeals for a free kick. And there is an opportunity as the shot is hit. And Obi flung himself across his goal and was happy to see it cannon away off the base of the post. A very deliberate effort from Jamie Donnelly. Very close to a third Tottenham goal. Skip. It's a bit of a lessening keep ball from Tottenham at the moment. Now they look to open the game up. And the space is on the near side, and my oh my. Well, it's one heck of a block in the end, because the goalkeeper is beaten, but Iwanami wasn't. And it turns into a really good defensive block to make sure that that wasn't going to squeeze over the line for Mikey Moore to score with his first touch. Here they come again. Yamakawa does enough to repel this thrust. Real quality from Tottenham. Donnelly back towards Austin. Emerson Royale. Gray moving into the wide areas. Touch just let him down momentarily. Here's Sasaki, Jean-Patrick, and he will still have the ball, and he will go for goal and will score. Got a little bit of luck, but made it count, and levels the game up again. And the back and forth of this encounter just continues. The ball broke kindly for him. Again, Tottenham were a little open. Skip probably thought he'd done enough there, but he did so well. And then as Emerson Royale tried to make the block, the ball just kicked up and went in off him. Well, Vissel Kobe, who haven't been a threat for a while, well, they're certainly a threat there because they've scored from it and leveled the game up. Nicely done from a player who was signed mainly to be a backup when he joined the club. But again, another of those players that's been important in the successes that they've gone on to achieve. 27 now is Jean-Patrick, having arrived at the club from a year at Cerezo Osaka. I mean, mainly played in the second tier of Brazilian football. That came just moments, of course, after Mikey Moore thought he had scored at the other end. And when he didn't score, they thought he could have had a penalty as well. Well, Jean-Patrick levels the game up, and he sets us up beautifully for the 25 minutes or so that remain in this game. Donnelly just forgetting to put his foot on the ball. Ashley Phillips and Jed Spade and George Abbott have all come on in the wake of that goal. Archie Gray, Pedro Porro and Emerson Royale all making way. Changing almost the entire team now, Tottenham. And we expected both sides to do that. Freshening things up, and you'll see Will Lancashire and Alfie Devine also on as well as a change. It sees Nina Tominaga coming on as well, the very talented young forward for Vissel Kobe. It's a really good challenge by Spence. It's a lovely ball delivered, which is just out of the reach of Lancashire, who was throwing everything at trying to get the ball. It's a delightful delivery across the penalty area and a whisker away. Lovely ball by Alfie Devine. And Lancashire so close, just not quite able to get on the end of it. Takeru Yamauchi confirmed as the player who's gone off, as you can see. That's a thumping challenge. We're into the final quarter of the game. We will have a winner, even if we go to penalties. Hatsuse. Iwanami. A lovely little touch. Sasaki. And Jean-Patrick's offside again there. That's nice from Solomon. And Divine. Beaten away by Obi. Again, getting himself into good areas, Alfie Divine. Skip with the challenge. And the volley is brilliantly saved by Obi. Donnelly's effort was instinctive, as was the save. A couple of good stops. That was a regulation one. Nothing regulation about the last save, though. That was brilliant from Obi. Divine again. Moore. Donnelly. Looking round the corner. Well, enough defenders are in the way to deal with it. That's the save there. It's an outstanding stop to deny Donnelly. There's some really good young players in this Tottenham squad. The players are just pausing now for a water break. As we say, the temperature is up in the mid-30s still. We'll stay above 30 degrees tonight, even warmer at pitch level. This is the goal that level things up from Jean-Patrick. And they've really contributed to what's been a really, really good game of the Japanese champions. Seen so many Premier League teams over here in recent years. Of course, the English champions Manchester City were here last season. Now, of course, we've got Tottenham and Brighton, Newcastle United. Well, lots of changes from both managers. Who can find the formula to get themselves a victory? Mikey Moore had one great opportunity that he almost made himself with his first touch. It's only a brilliant block by Iwanami that denied him. Jean-Patrick. He was looking for Tominaga. Able to find that's Jed Spence, Phillips and Skip. Skip now stepping into midfield with Archie Gray going off. Bergwall. That's a little short from Iwanami. Bergwall, here's Moore. Skip again. That's Spence. That's nice across the face of goal. And again, they just about do enough. Lovely play from Tottenham. Spence and Donnelly involved. Divine across goal, and again it was Lancashire who couldn't quite get on the end of it. It's lovely to watch football like that from these very bright young things that Ange Postecoglou has brought with him to Japan. A few running repairs needed. Kawasaki, who has been on since the start of the game, is feeling the heat somewhat now. It is something that both coaches said that they would have to take into account for their players this evening. Stifling, oppressive heat, but not just the heat, it's the humidity as well. Wonderful turnout in the National Stadium tonight, over 54,000. And here come Tottenham again with Solomon. So quick and so direct. Lucas Bergwall. Skip. Spence for more. Pass for Bergwall just made him stretch for it. Divine. Kawasaki has made way after that little bit of cramp that he had. Mitsuki Daka coming off. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Oh, Sasaki is just offside. Just went a fraction too early. Scored so many important goals on the run-in last season. Did Sasaki. In and out of the side this season. It was the 2 goals he scored against Kashimar Antlers. And the winner against Cerezo Osaka as well, that really helped them to go on and win the league. The goals when they were really needed. Mr. Phillips shown a yellow card for Tottenham. And Solomon kept on running and needed to be challenged. That stood up. Oh, chance for more, and he can't take it. Got underneath it. It seemed easier to score here. He just couldn't control the header. These young players who normally play with such composure and such quality, just reminding us that they are human. 17, 2 weeks today. We'll hear a lot of voices suggesting that he's got a big role to play for Tottenham this year, even at that young age. He is that good a player. Sasaki with another clever run, but well covered by Phillips. Hatsuse. Yamakawa. Iwanami. Risky. And given away. And the game will open up for Mano Solomon here. That's a really good block. Iwanami coming across. Still Tottenham have it with Donnelly. Solomon again. Run into traffic. And nearly came away with the ball. Eventually was crowded out. 12 minutes to go. Minutes for one of these sides to find a winner in what's been a pulsating clash. Quite often these pre-season games, which is what it is for Tottenham of course, can be slow burners. They can take the time to come to life, but this game has been right on the mark from the very first minute of the game. And it's been open and it's been attacking. It's been exactly what the 55,000 here and you watching at home have wanted to see. Offside against Lancashire. And Bergvall trying to be influential. Who can have that one telling contribution to the game? It's towards Jean-Patrick, who wins the header, unable to find a teammate with it. Phillips. Divine. Good appreciation of the position taken up by Bergvall. Thought about a shot, then talked himself into it. By that time there was a Kobe shirt in his way. Kento Hamasaki is waiting to come on. It's too heavy for Sasaki. I'll wait to make that change. We're inside the final 10 minutes. Divine for Spence. Again, Solomon has it here. He seems capable of making something happen for Tottenham. They'll stop and they'll come out and they'll go the other way. It's a good one by Rio Hatsuse. Skip can't find a white shirt. And now the break is on. Oh, it's the ball for Sasaki. It was delivered behind him. And the chance was gone. Back with Austin. Tottenham will build again. Quick and it's direct and it's purposeful from Tottenham. Nicely done again. The touch flying behind off a white shirt. Idea was nice. This time Divine's delivery to the way. Here comes the what we expect could be the last change. Kento Hamasaki for Yosuke Idiguchi. Off will go the former Gamba and Celtic man. Of course, he did spend a very short time at Leeds, although he never actually played for them. He was sent out on loan as soon as he signed. And on in his place comes the 17-year-old, a very bright young thing. It's a ball for Lancashire. Support is arriving. He's looking for Spence. Very well cut out, and now it's Vissel Kobe's turn to break downfield. Jean-Patrick had support. How can he use it? Tottenham are back in their numbers and in their defensive formation now. It's nicely done to switch the play. Looking for Sasaki. The strike always running away and across goal. From Hamasaki. Idea was good from the 17-year-old, but trying to put some disguise on the shot, but not able to control it, keep it on target. Is there to be a winner? Or will we be going to penalties? It's a lovely ball for Moore. Oh, it's a lovely little running behind from Spence, and across the face of goal it goes. Again, Tottenham unable to find a way to squeeze it home. Donnelly. And the final effort from Solomon is shovelled high and wide. Well, again, the approach play so good. Moore's ball here, so clever. As Spence runs in behind. And again, you have to say, credit to the goalkeeper. It's a fantastic touch from Obi. Inside the final 5 minutes. And Sasaki locking together with Donnelly. Bergvall. Nicely done. On by Spence. Skip. Abbott. Bergvall. Again, they're trying to stay patient to work their way through. Quite able to do so again. Heavy touch though gives it away. And this is Spence. Ball to Mikey Moore was just a little overhit. Tottenham pushing for a winner. Skip. Solomon. It's nice. Across the face of the goal this time. And they are not to be denied. Tottenham have what they surely will feel is a late winner. And it's Mikey Moore, the 16-year-old, who pops up to surely clinch this game for Tottenham. Again, it was beautifully crafted. Bergvall and Abbott and Solomon and Donnelly all linking up nicely. And Moore wandering into an area where he was completely unmarked. And once the ball came, there was only one place it was ending up, and that was in the Vissel Kobe goal. The young guns doing it for Ange Postecoglou, and the youngest of all is the goal scorer. One last twist. As Ryo Kikuchi will make way. And Shogo Terasaka and Justin Oma will come on. Kikuchi and Hatsuse making way. Mikey Moore's goal in the 88th minute set to deny us what we thought was going to be a penalty shootout to sort out who was going to win the Meiji Yasuda World Challenge. As it is, looks like it will be good enough for Tottenham to win this game. Final minute of the 90. That's Abbott. That's Bergvall. Skip. Phillips will go back towards his goalkeeper, Austin. Beautifully done. Spence. We were looking to put the icing on the cake there. Tottenham lead pass in the end from Jed Spence was not what was required. Donnelly has been impressive since he came on. Skip. The ball a little behind Moore, but he quickly sorts his feet out. Dances away from a couple of challenges. We are now into time being added on by the referee. 3 minutes have been indicated on the board, on the touchline. Bergvall playing with fire and losing it to Sasaki. And here's Jean-Patrick. Is there another sting in the tail? Well, they've got men queuing up, Justin Oma. And they didn't work it the way that really they could when they had the man over. That might be their chance done and gone now. The 18-year-old given half a chance to get into the penalty area there and make some headlines for himself. As it is, it looks like Mikey Moore will be getting the headlines again, just as he already has been doing on pre-season for Tottenham Hotspur. Did it in Scotland, did it in London last week, and now doing it in Tokyo. Jean-Patrick. Is it through one last chance? And the ball deflected away behind off Spence. A corner for Vissel Kobe. He's such a lovely footballer, isn't he? This slip of a lad that he is. The ball delivered and comes all the way across goal. In the end, it cannons into the ribs. And Solomon couldn't find a way through. I'm sure that Taraska it was who was in there. Well, if they want to level things up and take them to penalties, they're going to have to do something dramatic very quickly here. Vissel Kobe. They have contributed hugely to what's been a really entertaining game. Looks as though they're going to come out on the wrong side of it against what's been an excellent Tottenham performance. Still will take his time. Abbott. The referee's had a look at his watch and just made a little signal to Bergvall and Skip. Tottenham happy to run the clock down. And Tottenham it is who will win the J-League World Challenge. Young Meiji Moore comes up big in Japan for them, scoring the winner with a couple of minutes to go. It was a game that ebbed back and forth. Son was on the score sheet himself. Jean-Patrick leveled things up, but Meiji Moore, with 2 minutes to go, popping up after a really good flowing Tottenham move. And it's their youngsters who just do enough to edge the game. That after Osaka and Jean-Patrick had scored for the hosts. It's Tottenham Hotspur who win the Meiji Yasuda J.League World Challenge for 2024. It finishes Vissel Kobe 2, Tottenham Hotspur 3. Well, you have to say some very bright performances from Tottenham's youngsters there, having enough to eke out the victory late on in the game after their more senior players had made way. And Meiji Moore will once again take all the headlines and get all the plaudits for what effectively was a tap-in from a couple of metres out. But he was very bright. Jamie Donnelly was superb, that young man in the middle there, for him coming on. And it's Tottenham who will shortly lift the silverware, but it's all smiles in the Tottenham travelling party. These trips feel that little bit more worthwhile when you win the game. And for Son and co, it's another bit of fuel in the tank as they prepare for the start of the Premier League season, which gets underway in 3 weeks' time. They made the journey to Japan. They've had a really good workout here against the J-League champions Vissel Kobe, who will be disappointed themselves, but for them, of course, the big business will resume next week when they have to return to the J-League and try to retain the crown they won in such dramatic fashion last season. But for Tottenham, it's all smiles as their players have themselves another victory in pre-season. And their players are bedding in nicely ahead of the start of the new Premier League season. Good win for Tottenham Hotspur. They can celebrate their successes. Son on the score sheet. Let's get some reaction from Brennan Johnson.
では会場にお集まりの皆さんもベンチの前をご覧ください。トッテナムホットスパーブレナン・ジョンソン選手にお越しいただいています。
We have Brennan Johnson with us today.
まずは今日はプレシーズンマッチでしたけれども、とてもプレシーズンと思えない強度の戦いでした。3対2の勝利、まずは今のお気持ちいかがですか？